What's going on? Today is March 1st, Wednesday, March 1st, and I did not have a good day today. Um, Despite what you're seeing on the screen, mentally, just an awful day. Poor execution, poor planning, poor everything. You could say I lucked out. You know, you'll see today. You can say what you want. Today was just not great. Pretty low energy. Don't feel great now. But it's another green day. Nice way to start off the month, March 1st. And we'll go over my trades here. I took way too many trades. Again, that's usually indicative of a losing day or losing mentality is over trading. Just kind of was all over the place and chasing today. So that'll kind of be a theme going forward. Started off the day with chasing. So the market kind of made a move up into kind of hit resistance and had a pretty big sell-off right in the beginning of the day. I was waiting for a small pullback here, and I just took a quick scalp into 39.50, which ended up being a pretty important value for today, pretty important level. Just took a quick scalp. I wasn't trying to overcomplicate anything, and that's probably a good decision because things started to turn around there for me. So overall, just pretty simple scalp, nothing too fancy. And I'm still trading micro E-minis on Trade of 8. Here, I was trying to go short. So what I was trying to do is catch another one of these pullbacks. I was hoping that they would do kind of a bigger pullback. As you can see here, it kind of saw a little bit of volume gains. I saw this red candle, and I should not have entered on that red candle. I should have at least waited for that candle to finish and then keep an eye on this second candle. Just waiting on a little bit more confirmation and maybe not being so quick to jump the gun and just chase. And let's put chase here. So yeah, I mean, it's a relatively small loss, but still, it's just not a good way to start your day. Is on a win and then immediately start getting some money back. Some small scalps here and there. I mean, look at this. This is at the bottom of that area. This is about. This is where I was chasing short, trying to get a cut down here. Ended up rallying up, selling back off down to the low of day. And then on the way up, nice, a lot of volume. I didn't get into the end of the play, right? That is pretty consistent along with apparently how I like to trade. So wasn't feeling confident. That's why I got out so quick and got in right before the consolidation. And the next trade was I'm not sure what I was thinking. I got in long, and I got in a little, like, at the high end of this candle right here. And so I think seeing two red candles back to back and this pretty big, almost engulfing candle here, I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was assuming this was just a pullback and we were going to have more continuation. That ended up not being the case and stopped out. This is my 10 tick loss right here, my standard 10 tick loss. So got stopped out there. Just no planning and just chasing this big move. And I think that's what ended up obviously working for me. So you can call this next play luck. $102 on this next play. It was generally the same play. I was longing this move. I was expecting a larger move up because this had the feelings like low of day. I mean, this candle down here is an engulfing, a bearish engulfing candle right here. Huge bearish. I love the bearish engulfing. All of this volume right here was pretty awesome and definitely shows, like, in my opinion, one of my setups, which is like a reversal pattern. I ended up still getting long on during the consolidation here. I mean, I could have held earlier and it would have worked out just fine, but ended up re-entering at a better position. and I was still confident as to what was going to happen. So as you can see here, there's 2 entry points. I did trade 2 contracts on this trade here. My first contract was purchased here. I set my stop loss below this level. I think it was 3952. Allowed everything to work. And then was feeling really confident going into the second one. This is going to be a little bit more clear if I pull up Thinkorswim. So first contract bought was right here. And second one was bought right here. So these zones are fair value zones that I had drawn. This middle one here, didn't get respected all day. It just, usually I see a little bit more time spent in those areas. And this morning, the sell-off just went right through it, kind of went, and then started to had a slight consolidation right underneath it. The rally here went right through it. The sell-off went right through that. So a part of me was thinking that we're going to do the same thing on the way up here. This zone probably wasn't one of my best charted zones, so maybe work on charting. I probably could have deleted this zone. But I ended up getting in at the very top of this candle, which, yes, there was a huge drop afterwards, but I was still super confident. Waited the play out, and then I ended up getting out, I believe, at the top of... I got out at 3968 exactly. So the moment we hit 3968, the top of this range is like... I really like this zone. I felt super confident about this zone, and I knew that having the amount of buying pressure into this zone, I knew that we would probably get to the middle and possibly the top of this zone with all the buying pressure. So ended up getting out at 3968 at the very top of this zone, and obviously felt really, really good about that considering how kind of sloppy everything was. So overall, I want to say I probably lucked out. I didn't have a plan today. I set my fair value zones. I set my levels, my price levels. I was watching price action. I had a general idea and I was watching things, but I didn't actually have plans for today. And I think that's what got me in trouble. So yeah, I chased on this play. I was taking advantage of all the volume, the buying volume after hitting the low of day, and it worked out for me. I may not be lucky every day, but today was one of those days where I lucked out. I decided after this that I was trying to throw some more money away. Ended up, again, just doing sloppy, meaningless trades with no plan. Here, we were at my supply zone, so I felt comfortable. One of my supply zones that I basically played long into it, sold off, and then was looking for an opportunity to get short, and I started to see a lot of selling pressure here, and I was excited. I was thinking, this supply zone might actually do what I was hoping for. Ended up not happening, so I unfortunately took a almost stopped out there for a 10 tick loss. Broke even on this next trade here. Again, I just flip-flopped, so I went long into here, short to here, and long to here. Just back and forth nonsense, really. Just, again, my mentality this whole day is pretty indicative of everything, so I lucked out. Maybe I shouldn't have been trading today considering my mentality, but I did break even on this trade here. I was seeing some volume, maybe seeing if we could reach a new high of day. Again, just chasing the volume or chasing the whole move that was already there. Not a smart decision. And moved my stop loss up to break even and got out for 0. And 2 more trades. Way too many trades. Should have been done after that large win that I had. So here we had all right, well, apparently I can't draw here. Okay, so this was roughly my supply zone here. Oops. That was roughly my supply zone. And after all of like the nonsense and chasing, we weren't moving up, we weren't moving down, we were just kind of consolidating. I was hoping we were going to end up breaking out of this and forming a new demand zone, but I ended up just playing the way it moved. Ended off having a pretty large sell-off, and then what do you know? I get in at the very end of the move, and I get a couple of candlesticks worth out of it, so I'm not too upset about it. Take my $10 there, quick scalp, no plan, but what are you gonna do about it? And my last trade of the day, after this loss, I just closed the lid of the laptop, and I walked away from the computer after this because just nonsense, really. At the bottom of this move from the sell-off, I tried to get short again, waiting for that pullback. And I tried to predict the pullback, and I think that was the issue, right? Getting in on a green candle. Obviously, there's a wick there, so I know I'm sure I got in low here. Was a little too patient, thinking that, obviously the sell-off continued, so a couple of things wrong here. Waited for the larger pullback, then get in, or just hold the whole time and have some conviction in my trade, because I entered on the previous trade, I entered right about here. So I would have set my stop loss above this. So one of two things: either just hold on to the previous trade and ride it down, because I kept selling off for quite some time. Kept selling off from 112 almost all the way to 3 o'clock. Almost 2 hours of selling off after that. So very well could have just hold these short contracts, but this is what happens when you don't trade with a plan. That should be the name of the video. Well, that might be misleading because it's gonna show an $85 profit today. So, guys, learn from this video if you're watching this. Trade with a plan. Don't get lucky like I did. And this is luck today. This is not planned. It's luck. Otherwise, that's all I got. Peace.